knows AI. This weekend, I was at church, and I have to share this with you because it's like full disclosure. I did not come up with this initial idea, but did get the mental activity working towards something in terms of a mental shift. So, I was talking to a wonderful couple. They happen to be our veterinarians, actually, which is great. They take excellent care of our dog. Hey, but the wife was telling me a story in terms of AI because the husband and I were talking about AI, and she's like, she came over after service and asked what we were talking about. I said AI, and she brought up the story of somebody that she knows, a 96-year-old, I believe it was 96-year-old woman, talking about AI, and she calls artificial intelligence just intelligence. So whenever she's referencing it, she just refers to it in the blanket word intelligence. And I thought, well, I'm going to steal that actually, because I think it's a really cool mental shift. So go with me on this one. All right. Just a quick tip this week. So when we do that, when we do artificial intelligence or AI to intelligence, it challenges us to think about things in a slightly different manner. And for those of us that are executives, business owners, and things like that, that mental shift can mean dramatic ways, different ways of looking at things in terms of our own business. So go with me on this one. I have them out here on the tools because I would just want to get them out in terms of the world from my brain. So two differences or two things that change when we think of artificial intelligence as just intelligence. One, it allows us to think about in terms of an actual thought partner. So a lot of times we think of these things as tools, right? Which is fine because they are tools. But if we think about them and graph them into the paradigm or perspective of actually a thought partner when we actually use that word intelligence, because it takes out that artificial side of it. Again, brings it out of that tool set. So huge shift there in terms of actually looking at it as a thought partner, not just a tool that we can go ahead and access. So that's the first one. Second one is workflows. So workflows will have more clarity because they're now team members, because we're actually thinking about them as intelligent parts of that workflow instead of just, again, tools. So if we think about them as actual, like, well, human assets, in this case, intelligence, that's what we're actually, as business owners, that's what we hire. We hire people and resources to get things done, right? So if we think about those things in a new way, where they're a thought partner, they're actually a resource available to us, and they're part of a workflow that allows us to actually get stuff done, that can change how we approach not only the tools themselves in this case and how we use them, but also how they integrate into our businesses to actually get work done. So I hope that tip was helpful for you. It was a shift this weekend that was pretty cool, and I'm hoping it does some amazing things for your business. If you think I missed something, you think you want to continue on building on that concept, feel free to add comments, likes, shares. Love to hear back from you guys. Look, this transition is happening, and the more we can share ideas and insights, the better off we're all going to be, the better off our businesses are going to be, better off our families are going to be, and the better we're able to handle the monumental change that's available using AI tools. So have a blessed week. We'll talk to you soon.